Hey everyone, Matt Reed, web development and digital marketing expert here today. We're going through 10 things you can do to help improve your website. 10 simple things you can do that won't cost you money, that won't take a lot of time, and can have an instant result, or near instant result, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 10 things that you can do, and I'm just going to show you some examples of them. And then I'm going to sort of explain to you how you can improve them and how you can fix those things, and just some little tips and secrets along the way. Now, I've built over 600 websites now since I first started 12, 13 years ago. And whenever someone comes to me with their website, I always look at generally these 10 things and sort of see if there's things I can improve straight away, and sort of suggest, hey, your website's underperforming because these few things here. And it might only be a couple of things, but just a couple of things can make a big change. So ideally, in this video, you'll find 5 or so things, hopefully, that you aren't already doing. Because if there's 5 things or 6 or even 3 things, really, as I said, you can get a big result, again, without spending money on advertising, getting people to your website that's not really set up right, and wasting money because it's not performing correctly. So what we're going to do is going to jump straight into it. So first thing on the agenda today is mobile friendliness. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and check websites that are mobile friendly. So now this website here is just one I brought up as an example. We're going to talk about this one later, but it's important your website's mobile friendly. Now the best way to test that is either simply on your mobile phone, obviously, bring up your website. Do it right now. So I've got an example of a website here, guys, that I've brought up. Now, the best way to tell if a website's mobile friendly or not is simply open it up on your phone and just have a look and see, is it easy to read? Can you read it without zooming in? If you've got to zoom in, it's probably not mobile friendly. If everything's sitting on the page in one squeezed up little view, it's probably not mobile friendly. So I've got an example here. Now these are just random sites I've found on the internet, obviously, that I've found that aren't mobile friendly. So if you look at the site here, hopefully it focuses on it. But regardless of that, whether or not it focuses on it, you see here I've got to zoom in to read everything. So if I'm walking, I'm on the go, and I'm like wanting to find a company that does whatever I need, I'm trying to find a service that I require, and I've got to go to their website, and I'm walking, and there's people around me, and I'm trying to zoom in and try and find things, and it's not sort of simple to use, then I'm going to go straight out again. So it's important that your website fits correctly to the screen. So it's basically called responsiveness. So back in the day, there used to be you'd have 2 websites. You'd have a desktop website and a mobile website. Now today, most websites are responsive websites. So as the screen changes, the website responds to the width of the screen. Now a good example of this is just if you've got Chrome on your computer, bring up Chrome. Bring up Chrome on your computer, and what I want you to do is go to your website. So let's say I go to a random website on the internet. I might go to one of the ones I've got open already, maybe. This one I'm going to show you an example later. What I want you to do is I want you to simply, if you've got Chrome, that's the one I used to do it, is right click, and you'll see it brings up a context menu. Then there's an option called Inspect. Click Inspect. Okay, so now what you can do is hopefully you see this sort of panel here somewhere. Yours might be along the bottom, but there's a little button up in the top left-hand corner here, and it's called Toggle Device Toolbar. Basically, if I click that, you'll see straight away it brings up this website in a mobile view. Okay, cool. So you can see that now. So basically, I can drag and move this and rearrange it, and automatically you can see the website responding. It shrinks, it gets wider, it shrinks, it gets wider. And you can actually test it on different things like an iPad or a Samsung Galaxy, whatever you got going with you. You can try it on that. So this tool's quite good to test with your site's mobile friendly. But basically what I want you to be able to do is go, hey, yeah, it is mobile friendly, or actually, no, it's not responding. Let's just have an example, look at an example of a site that doesn't respond. So let's open up that one I was just looking at before. I think this is it here. I might be wrong. Nope. Let's just Google it. Website. Yeah, so here's that website again. So if you see this website here, it's not mobile friendly. So it's all like squeezed in. Consider that's your phone right there. You're trying to you can't read any of it without pinching and zooming in, which we don't want to do. My browser's not going to show me an example of that. But yeah, I've got to sort of zoom in to actually see anything, which isn't ideal. Whereas if we go back to the magnetized one, you see it's all fitting in the page nicely. So the buttons are big, the text is legible, and I can scroll through and I can click on things. So it's all pretty straightforward. So it's important that your website's mobile friendly. Now, another tool you can use, guys, and it's free, is Google PageSpeed, and that'll sort of show you whether your website's mobile friendly or not, and give you a score on that website as well. So just Google PageSpeed. You put your website in, and it gives you a result based on that. So anyway, that's making your website mobile friendly. So, it's very important, obviously, that you do make your website mobile friendly, because at the end of the day, that will affect how your website ranks and comes up in searches, but also how long someone's going to stay on your website for. If you have Google Analytics installed on your website, which you should do, if you don't, I might have a podcast on it or another video on it, but regardless, Google it, find out how to install it. What you'll probably find is that most people coming to your mobile website, they will have a high bounce rate if your website's not mobile friendly. So they go to your website and they leave straight away because it's hard to use. If you've got a low bounce rate and your website's mobile friendly, then that's a good thing. It means your website's easy to use. Anyway, moving on to number 2, and that is speed. So a lot of websites are very slow. They say you've got 3 seconds to sort of do something before someone leaves your site. It's important that your website loads quickly for your customers. Otherwise, they're not going to sit. We're in a day and age where people want things right away. They don't want to wait. We want it now. So it's important that your website loads fast. And the best thing you can do, in my view, is have good hosting. Have a good website host provider. Don't use a 99 cent per month deal, because it's probably crap hosting, to put it bluntly. Could put it more bluntly if you want, but it's important that you've got good hosting, because you may as well not have a website if it takes 5 seconds to load. I had a client 3 days ago I went and saw it, and they're doing their website again because their current website's so slow. They're spending all this money on advertising and people aren't actually going to their site because it takes they said it takes in most cases over 10 seconds to load. That's 2 seconds right there. 10 seconds is a lot of time. So we don't want to be waiting for a 10-second website to load. So one of the easiest ways I like to just simply see how quick my site is at loading is I just like to go to my website and see how quick it loads. So there it took about 2 seconds, just over 2 seconds. If I go and Google insurance broker Auckland, I've got an insurance broker here. I'm just going to go and click on a random insurance broker, and we're just going to see if it loads quick or not. So I'm going to click on this one here. Bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pretty slow. Not horrible, but pretty slow. We'll try this one here. Look at that, quick. Is this website mobile friendly? Just off the top of my head, it doesn't look. Let's test it. Oh no, it is relatively mobile friendly. Yep, that's not too bad. So yeah, that site loaded a lot quicker, guys. You saw that? Bang, up straight away. Let's try another one. Not too bad, not too bad. So this one here stood out as quite a slow website. It's got a little bit of got a few broken bits here and there, but yeah, so it's important that your website loads quickly. Bailey's Insurance, let's see how this loads. Again, this one's a bit slower. Not too bad, but a bit slower. So you see what I'm getting at here? What I want you to do is I want you to try and load your website up. Now, what I want you to do is actually go and load it up on as well. Try it on your mobile phone. Try it on your iPad or your tablet, whatever you've got. Try it on your spouse's phone even. And see how quick it loads. Because obviously if you're loading it on your computer here every day, it's going to load a lot quicker. So you want to see how quick it loads. Now, if it's loading very slow, it's usually 2 things. So either your hosting is really slow because you're hosting overseas. I'm in New Zealand here. If you're hosting your website in America, it's not ideal. Move it to somewhere over here. Likewise, if you're in America, don't host your website in New Zealand. Not that you would, but don't host your website in New Zealand. Don't host it in Europe. Host it where your main customers are based. So sure, if you're an international company and you want people from America, host it in America. But for 90% of you, or 99 probably, you're all going to be in your local market, targeting your local market. So host your website in your local market. Simple as that. Now, the second thing that it could be is it could be the software your website's running. The software your website's running and the content, obviously. So you might be running WordPress, and WordPress is sort of a very common one to have multiple plugins running, and plugins basically slow WordPress down without getting into all the details about it. So if you've got a website that's loading slow, it could be the hosting, it could be the system it's running, and the content. So if you've got big images on there, big digital camera quality images, and you see the image slowly loading like as it did back in the dial-up days, then you need to consider optimizing your images so they load faster. Again, Google PageSpeed is a great tool to show you what images are loading really slowly. So actually, let's go and jump right into that now, team. I'm going to copy this Bailey's Insurance one here. I'm going to go to Google PageSpeed. So I want you to do the same thing. Paste the URL in here, analyze it, and Google will give you a rating out of 100, and tell you sort of how that's performing. Excuse me. So we'll wait for this one here to load. And another quick bonus tip, team, what I want to talk to you about is making sure your website's secure. Yes, secure, HTTPS secure. So look, if at this website here, this website's secure. In the top left-hand corner, we've got the little padlock. Click on the padlock, connection is secure. That's great. Now this has an effect on the ranking of your website as well. So make sure you've got a valid security certificate. Now this has only been in the last 18 months now, I believe. Sort of a critical requirement for every website. It used to be solely for e-commerce websites, but now it's important that every website has an SSL certificate. And there's lots of options out there, including some free options. So what I want you to do is, just check your website. This one here, not secure. Your connection is not secure to this website. So this website needs a SSL certificate, or a security certificate, SSL certificate. HTTPS is what it's sort of called, and that's the best way to tell, is simply clicking the little padlock, or in this case the not secure icon, and seeing that. So obviously Google's secure, this magnetized website's secure. It's real easy to tell. Let's jump back to Google PageSpeed here. Now their score on a mobile is 39 out of 100, so that's pretty poor, but it's, a lot of websites you'll find actually are usually in the 45 to 60, 70 mark without doing a lot of tweaks to them. Most of the websites I built initially, they're in the 60s to 70s. So what I like to do is usually go and see what I can improve on them once I've got them up, and get that score higher up into the green. So going back to this page here, I can see what it ranks on a desktop. This one's 74. That's good. Well, it's still not in the green, obviously, but it's definitely better than the mobile view. And what you can actually do is, as you scroll down the page, you can see all these little statistics here. So if we look here, where are we? Efficient encode images. Yeah. So even there's these images here. It's showing me that this image on my website is too big. I could save 41 kilobytes. So I need to compress it and make it a better size. So, find those images in your report and crop them down, shrink them down. There's lots of tools online you can use to do this without going to your web developer. But at the end of the day, hey, maybe even send your web developer this report and say, look, can you just nut these things out for me? So that's good. So I want you to go through Google PageSpeed, and I want you to check that your website is HTTPS secure as well. And we really want to make sure our website's loading quick. That's very, very critical, obviously. So number 3 is improving our meta tags. So a lot of websites have poor written meta tags. Now you're saying, what's meta tags? Well, let me just show you. It's real simple. So if we simply go to Google here, insurance broker Auckland. So let's scroll through here. These ones are pretty good. NZI's ones are actually a bit poor. But we want to find a website that doesn't really have a good a good meta title. And to be honest, a lot of these actually are pretty poor, but they're not horrible. The main one I want to sort of point out here is there was one just there we saw with home on it. The ones that have a very basic, let's just take this website as an example, okay? Oh, now that's not good. So this site here has an SSL certificate that's using the wrong domain name. If we use www, it might work. Let's try it. There we go. That's better. They don't have it for the root domain name. Anyway, so I've brought this website up, but they should definitely fix that. So this website here, for example, now this is their main intro title, which is actually pretty good. It says what they do: risk advisors and insurance brokers. But now look, as we were back on Google before. Get back to Google. Where you go? Come on. We get back to Google, and look, it's just Wallace McLean, and that's it. It doesn't say what they do. Our meta tags need to say what we do. So their actual meta tag on their website should be saying, risk advisors. What was it? How short my memory span is. It should be risk advisors and insurance brokers - Wallace McLean, so that on Google, if I'm looking for example, a risk advisor in my local area, and Wallace McLean comes up, the title should say what I've been searching or similar. So I go, oh, okay, they do risk advice. Whereas if it just says someone's name, you're more likely to click on the competition above or below that says what they are. So if you're a pet shop, if your pet shop, for example, in New Zealand, we've got a company, pet store called Animates. If your title on Google is just Animates, that doesn't really explain what you are. It's got the word animate, animal in it. Okay, sure, but what? So the title should be pet store chain in Auckland -animates dog, cat, small pet products buy online. That's just me rattling off something random off the top of my head, but you get the idea. Let's look at this other one we were just looking at before when we were looking at, I think it was mobile friendliness. If we look at this website here, o'connorwarren.co.nz, O'Connor Warren Insurance Brokers are nationally focused. Now this is a poor example of a meta title. So in this case, I'm going to right click, view the page source. Now on Google searches, basically this piece of text here, the title text, is what shows on Google search results. Now ideally you should have a title that's around 60 to 70 characters long. So this example here is a poor example. It's very long. This should be, if anything, a meta description, which is the description that shows up on Google. You're saying, what is that, Matt? That is this. Insurance broker. That's this piece of text here. Cromie Lockwood is the natural choice to protect your business, provide personal insurance. That's what this is. So all these titles here, you can see they're relatively short, whereas this Warren O'Connor one is very, very long. Far too long. That should be a description. Furthermore, for some reason, they've got their web address, o'connorwarren.co.nz, in their title. That shouldn't be there. It should just be simply it should start with the most important thing, anyway, for a start, which is insurance brokers. Then it should say -O'Connor Warren, not o'connorwarren.co.nz, O'Connor Warren, insurance brokers are nationally focused on. It's too long. So what I want you to do is think about, how can you rewrite your meta title to be more descriptive? If we look at my web design company's meta description, let's just Google that one, Razor Web. So we've got Razor Web Design, says what it is. We've got web development in Pukekohe. We've got a description here. Leading web design and internet marketing company located in Pukekohe, Auckland. Professional web development, AdWords management, e-commerce, etc. So that's direct information right there for people. It's not me just saying my company name and that's it, or saying home. Like, a lot of people have their home page and their meta title on Google just says home-Razor Web. Get rid of home. People don't care about home. Or it says welcome to Razor Web. Don't say welcome. I know you want to be polite, but don't say welcome to in your main search on Google. You want to have a title that actually makes people go, oh, okay, that's what they do. Bang, I'll click on it. oh, okay, we've got another headline, just like Wallace and McLean has here, risk insurance advisors, blah, blah, blah. And then we might have a little bit of text saying welcome. In this case, these guys have, we are 100% New Zealand owned advice-based insurance practice. And that's great as well. So you've got to have something more descriptive in there in your meta titles. Now, another thing that people do incorrectly is, just as well as on their, like this, for example, home Wallace McLean, they have this say home Wallace McLean, or welcome to. We don't want that. Oh, now look at this, perfect example. So they've got what they do at the top of the page here. We scroll down, welcome. That's cool. That's fine. So it puts a bit of a personal touch on there. Great. Okay, I should have looked at that beforehand. So let's move on to tip number 4 today, and that is formulating the right page titles. So that's what we just spoke about basically, but I want to go into a little more detail on it. So jump back on the screen here. So what I want to do is I want you to look at your other pages on your website. So most websites just do their homepage, Wallace McLean, if we click on this website's commercial and property construction risks tab, we want to make sure that our meta title for that tab is the exact same, it reflects what that page is, just like on the homepage. So if we look at their title again, commercial property and construction risks dash Wallace McLean dash insurance brokers, perfectly written title. That's fantastic, Whereas a lot of companies, including possibly yourself, they'll simply just have services dash whatever your company might be, or contact us dash whatever your company might be. You want to have in there a more descriptive meaning about what that page is. So rather than just services, if you sell insurance, you want to have something more descriptive in there. Auckland Insurance Services dash your insurance company name. So that's very important. Obviously, you need to make sure you include that in there. You want to include basically the keywords that people are going to search for the service you're providing. And you also want to include the actual, the geographic local search name for where they're searching. Because if I'm searching for something, I'll usually search for the service and the location. Insurance, Auckland. Travel agent, Hamilton. Hotels, New York. So you want to make sure your page titles include your key area where people look for you through. And make sure that they are set up correctly. Now, another quick little secret tip that you've got to make sure you don't do is you've got to make sure that your website titles are not duplicate. They aren't the same. If you have all the same titles across all the pages, then you are going to be penalized when people look for your business because you've got duplicate page titles and you don't want that. Now, if I go to one of the example sites I had up on here before, bear with me guys, I'll just bring this up. Oh no, I'm trying to find it here on my screen and I can't find it. No, okay, we'll move on. I had a site up before that basically had their web address as the title. So their web address www. whatever their website was, .co.nz, and it was the same on every single page. It's not going to help. People don't need to know what your domain name is. They want to know what you do and where you are, and give them some reason to click on it. Give them some. You've got, as I said, 40 to 60 characters to fill in that title before it gets cut off. So don't keep it short. Use as much of it as you can, but just make sure it's not too long. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is using better imagery. So it's important that your website has good quality photos on it, because lots of websites have poor imagery that doesn't reflect what they do, or they use terrible stock photos. Now, sites like this here, very nice site, nicely designed, lots of space, well, not in this case white space as we call it, but lots of space, negative space around everything. But you've got to really showcase your imagery of what you do. If you're a builder, you want to make sure that you've got pictures of your actual building jobs. You don't want to have poor quality stock photos. You don't want to have poor quality photos taken with your phone. And C, You don't want to have, at least on the main page, photos of jobs that are in progress. If I'm buying a brand new car, I want to buy a brand new car and see the photos of it finished in the light looking mint, whereas I don't want to see a picture of it on the production. Well, hey, after a while I might want to see how it's made, but I don't want to see what it looks like on the production line. I don't want to see it without the paint on it. I want to see it finished, ready to go, as if I was going to walk into the showroom and pick that car up. So if you're a builder, you need to put pictures of the houses you've built on there when they are built and looking fantastic. Don't put them on there when the grass around the house hasn't grown, or that the roof hasn't been put on, or the windows, still have film over them, perhaps to protect them. Don't do that. I want to see the finished product. That's what I'm buying. So make sure your images are good quality images. So if we just jump through some of these sites, excuse me guys, bit of a winter cold. If we just jump through some of these sites quickly and see what we've got, these images are giving us a, inception of what we're actually seeing and what we're looking at. So, not bad. Let's just have a look through here. Now this site here, good images, good quality images, but look at this, the homepage here. I'm landing on the homepage. This is sort of a different matter, I guess, but I can't see. I've got pretty good eyesight, but I can't really see that menu. That's quite hard to see, so I can't really read it unless I scroll. Oh no, and look, the menu doesn't even follow me down the page. So I'm going, oh yeah, accommodation, celebrations. I can read that just, but if you've got an older target market, you're targeting her bad eyesight, you're sort of losing straight off the bat because people can't read that menu, and the logo is not properly set up on top of this image. This image is too detailed. So, if you're in the same boat here, just quickly put a background overlay on there. Put like a bit of a sort of a filter on there so you can see the image, the menu a bit better. So if I bring up that magnetized site I showed you before, see, the video in the background has a little bit of a filter on top, so you can still read everything. It's still nice and bold. The logo still pops out. The menu still pops out. We've made sure we've done it properly. So this website's an example of an actual good quality image, but poor usage of it in the actual overall user interface. So just be careful of that. Also make sure that your images are of substantial quality. So like this website here, straight off the bat, I can tell you this image here has been warped. It's been cropped. It's been, if I how to sort of say it, it's been squeezed. It's been like squeezed down a bit. You can see it's not exactly right. It's been squished down. So make sure your images are natural and there's lots of room for them. Now this website here is an example of websites that's not mobile friendly. It's built for an older screen. 5-10 years ago, this site would have been fine. But nowadays, look at all this wasted space on the side here. And these images are far too small. So make sure you've got good quality images. I'm just trying to find another random example here. If we just Google, let's just have a little quick Google, guys. I hope you've got time. Let's just have a quick Google and see if we can find any sites that have some poor imagery on them. So if I go Electrician Auckland, and I'm looking for an electrician, I'm not going to click on any ads not to waste any people's money. I'm going to click on a few here. Let's just have a little quick jump through and see what we can find. Let's have a little quick audit. Okay, so this image here, not too bad. Looks like it's been taken with a phone. Hasn't been really brightened up and made to sort of pop. Like, I'll show you an example of a good quality photos, guys, on this website here. Look at this, beautiful images. Excellent imagery, done by a professional. Pay for a professional, do it properly. Don't scrounge on, oh yeah, I want to save a couple $100 and do it myself. Don't do that. Pay for a photographer. Look at these, they're beautiful photos. they're great. And now we jump back on that one we were on before. Doesn't look so good, does it? But it could look fantastic if they got a professional in. Now, more photos down here. That's a little bit better. That photo, I suppose, is relevant to commercial electrical services, but yeah, it's a bit of an ugly photo to put bluntly. But yeah, not horrible. Now, this photo here, fantastic, great. Shows the business owner. Shows people the business owner. So if I'm going and I'm looking for an electrician, I see this bloke here, great, good photo. It's him, obviously. It's got his branding on it. I trust him. Whereas if it's no photo, or it's a stock photo of some random person over in America, or someone pretending to talk on a phone, like a lot of websites unfortunately use, then it's like, oh, okay. So let's jump to the next example. Let's get moving. These photos, definitely good. Now this is a good example actually. Jump back to that spa photo. Look at this one. See? Couldn't read it? This is a good example. They've darkened up the photo. It does take away obviously from the photo itself a bit, but at least the text is still legible. Other photos, not many. Yeah, these are a bit better. These are stock photos, I can tell, but definitely better. This website here, cool. Nice pictures of the actual vehicles. We've got a picture of Auckland City where they're based, so we know they're local. These photos down here, they're a little pixelated. This one's too is a little pixelated, not fantastic, but definitely good. They've got a video, fantastic. Bit of a sort of slightly outdated looking website, but very good photos. Well, good photos anyway. This one here, good photo again. We've got the sort of dark so we can read the text, cool. Got some more photos on here. Yeah, not too bad. Not amazing, but not too bad. Strike Electrical. Okay, yeah. Quite a lot of wasted space in my view here. This could be trimmed up a little bit. Yeah, the photos are a little simple, which is always nice, but maybe a little too simple. And yeah, not bad, but could be better. Not being picky, but obviously the shoes here look a bit messy, but overall still a nice photo. Otherwise, actually, yep. Oh, now this is another example, guys, you've got to be careful of. Look at this. So the problem with this website here is the banner. Look, way too big for a start, but the main issue is actually when I change images, look, where's it? Oh yeah, the banner disappears, it pops up. So the problem we've got here with this website is that the banners are all different sizes. On your website, the banners should all be the exact same size. So when the banner changes, it doesn't push the page down or push the page up. I'm guilty of doing this a few years ago for a few of my clients, and you'd be on their website and then bang, the page is moving up and down. You're trying to read something and every 3 seconds it's moving up and down. It's not good, so make sure, take my advice, make sure your images on your banners, if you have any, are all the same. So most of them aren't too bad. It was just that second one or third one that threw and even this one. So images, not too bad, but could be better and could be all uniform as well in terms of their dimensions. But going back to this one, fantastic images. Good picture of the team, good picture of, some more of the work they've done, good picture of the process they go through, just really nice quality pictures overall. So use a photographer, guys. Don't skimp out on paying for a good photographer. Now, the next thing we're talking about, point number 6, is keeping the navigation simple. It's important that your navigation is simple and easy to use. So let's jump straight back into it. I know you guys have busy lives. This website here, simple menu, homepage, designers, inspiration, the font's legible. It's possibly slightly too grayed out, but hey, 90% of it is pretty, 99% of people will be able to read that fine. You just got to be wary and make sure that it is easy to actually to read through. So let's jump to another few examples of the list I've already got up. Now, this site here, for example, the navigation is simple, possibly too simple. There's no other sort of information on here. Like, let's say I want to look for something. I want to see some contact details. There should always be a contact button at the top here somewhere. This page has nothing. It doesn't even have a phone number up the top. What if we scroll down? Still got no phone number, but we do have a contact us there, which is cool. Now, on a mobile phone, obviously, this site's going to be mobile friendly, so you're going to have to scroll quite a long way to find the contact us button. That's why you need it at the top of the page always. So, okay, let's move on to the next one. This one here, well, we can't really even read the menu to start with. We scroll down to the bottom here, contact. Oh yeah, we've got contact down the bottom there. Again, it should be at the top of the page, unless I just can't read it and I'm missing it. But yeah, it's not a good example, unfortunately, this website. This website here, old school, but contact is there and in your face, that's fine. Still, every website should have a phone number at the top of the page ideally, or some contact, real bold contact link. This one already does, good example. Now, yeah, this one here, nice big, unfortunately not the prettiest website, could be done a lot better, but a testament to, they do have their contact details on there. Definitely could be done a lot better, but those contact details are there. They've got a big button, they've got the options up there. Design-wise, not good, but they do have those buttons there. Now, if we look here, we've got contact on this page as well. Cool, O'Connor Warren, we've got contact, we've got the phone. Now, this is a good example. Apart from their site loading slow before, this is actually a good example. As you can see, we've got the address, we've got the email, we've got the phone number, we've got the contact us, we've got it all there. We don't need to look anywhere else. We've got everything we need straight off the bat. So that's very important. Another example, we've got this is actually probably a more simplified, nice version to look at. We've got our contact, we've got our phone number. That's brilliant, that's what we want. So that's sort of a quick overview of navigation. You've got to make sure your navigation's simple, easy to read. Like, this is nice and easy to read. It's big, it's bold, it's a good color. It looks great. Another example here, also easy to read and find. Now, moving on, point number 7, call to actions. It's important that your website has call to actions. And what are call to actions, you ask? Well, put simply, they are simply put, basically, what do we want the person to do? We want them to call us, we want them to phone us, same thing. We want them to call us, we want them to email us, we want them to book something, we want them to get a quote. That's a call to action. So what is your call to action? If you're a massage therapist, you might want people to book online. So if we look at this website, ClickFunnels, sort of the godfather, you could say, of call to actions. Now, real busy, obviously, but let's go through and let's identify their call to actions. Straight away, start 14-day free trial. Scroll down a little bit. Work through the content. Start 14-day free trial. Keep scrolling. Start 14-day free trial. Start 14-day free trial. We've got call to actions here. Now, most people, you aren't doing free trials. You want people to call you and get a quote. So it's important here that you give people call to actions. Now, on this website here, Wallace McLean, this is a call to action. Learn more. Okay, do I want to learn more? I'll click on that. Scroll down further. They don't really have any more call to actions apart from possibly their form, inquire now. We're telling people to inquire now, so that's a good example. Now, it's important that obviously you have call to actions on every page of your website, so you'd sort of tell them what to do, sort of give them a path of where they should go. Let's look at that Magnetize site. I think that's probably a good example of call to actions. Now, if we look at Magnetize here, we've got several call to actions. So this website we built, we give people a few options, and that's good. Obviously, in some cases, it's best just to have one though. But here we're giving people the option to try the software. We've got people giving the option to them to get in touch if they don't really sort of want to delve into giving it a try themselves without getting some help first. We've got a digital health check. So as I scroll down the page, I keep getting more call to actions. Get in touch. How can we help? I'm giving them actions on what they can do. So if we go to one of these pages here. Again, call to action, get a free demo. You might have on here, rather than a button itself, you might have a 0800 number. Might be call me now, 09 or 021, whatever your phone number is. You might chuck that on there and tell them to call you. But ideally, it's good to sort of give people only a couple of options when you want them to come to your page. Don't give them too many call to actions. All right, so number 8. Give people landing pages. So it's important that you give people landing pages on your website, and this really is important when you are doing online marketing. So if you've got Google ads, if you've got Facebook ads, if you're doing social media posting, you want to send people to your website, don't send them to your homepage. Send them to a landing page. Now, If you're a builder, you might do new homes, you might do renovations, you might do additions. So what you want to do is you want to have a landing page for new homes, renovations, and additions. If you run ads for new homes, you want people to build new homes, you put Google ads on for new homes. If someone clicks that Google ad, we don't want them to going to the homepage where they're going to see that you do this, 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 and this, and this, and there's this. You want them to go to a landing page that says you are the new home experts. Sure, you might do additions, you might do renovations, but the landing page is solely about new homes. So it's important that we really highlight this and focus on landing pages so that we don't waste money on I lost my train of thought, guys. We don't waste money on sending people to our homepage where they get confused and they see you do this, this, and this when they really just want one specific service and to find out about it. So I'm just going to show you an example landing page on this website we set up, as well as on the ClickFunnels one as well. So this website here, this is their landing page. Now what we do is we have an ad campaign running for earth moving companies. So earth moving companies that want job scheduling software or want a business software. We'll have an ad that says, are you an earth moving company, want to save time and money? We've got software to do it. They'll click the ad, it'll go to this page here. Bang, we're on the page. Okay, there's no real main menu up here to distract them. There's a free trial button over here and a contact us. So if we scroll in the page here, we're sort of, oh, no. Sorry, team. There we go. I knew I'd do that at some point. So if we look at this page here, this is a landing page. As you can see here, we've got the main menu. We're not distracting them with all these different menu links. We've really only just got free trial and contact us. We've got a headline. So if I'm the company, if I'm the earth moving company director and I'm landing here on this page and it says earth moving company, business management software, I'm going to go, cool, I'm an earth moving company and I want software. Whereas, you're a builder, you send them to the home page. It's like, oh, I don't want renovations and additions. I just want a new home. So your landing page really needs to fundamentally focus on calling those people out and making them feel like they've come to the right place. Then you've got a brief intro. You've got some call to actions. Now, people are usually going to sort of have a look around and they're going to scroll through the rest of your page. They're going to read a little bit more. They're going to see some features. They're going to see some testimonials. A landing page really is about sort of trying to get people to get people to trust and make an inquiry, sort of basically convert them into a potential lead or ideally a customer straight off the bat. So it's important that you have a landing page set up for your website. So if we look back at that website before ClickFunnels, so if I'm wanting to do online marketing, and I want to set up a sales funnel. Again, don't worry about this, guys, if you don't know what this means, a sales funnel. But look, I've got a headline. I've got an enticing video. I've got some statistics. So, if you're a building company, you might be, your main landing page might be a picture of a beautiful house. It might be a headline, professional new home builders in Auckland. You might have a brief intro, 30 years experience, wanting to deliver you the dream home that you've always wanted, fulfilling the needs of the customer, not yourself. They scroll down, you might have a couple of more photos of homes you've just done in the last year. You might then have some video testimonials. Now, that's a hard thing to get hold of, video testimonials, because you've got to get customers to record them. So you can use just plain text testimonials, but think about it. If you can have, like these guys here, if you can have even 3 or 4 customer videos of them raving about your service in person, in skin and flesh, them saying, this crowd built me a new house, fantastic, that was affordable, delivered on time, blah, blah, blah. You are really going to get a lot more inquiries because people go, hey, look, these are actual people talking to the camera, saying and raving how much they love that company or, your company. You're going to get a lot better result than having some little, one sentence, one liner on there from someone with some name based in Auckland that could just be a fake testimonial. Even if it's real, people might go, oh, that could just be made up. So it's important that your landing page has a headline, gives people an intro to your offer, your product, your service, gives them testimonials that aren't from you, that are from your customers endorsing the product, and give them the call to actions and get them to actually do something and take some action on that page. Whether it be downloading a free case study. If you're a builder, it might be, here's 5 things to consider when you're building your new home, just to get some people's information. You might not want to sell them a house on the web page, obviously, it's going to be hard to do that, but at least get some details so you can talk to them on the phone. Right. So anyway, that's landing pages, and that's very important. Now, you might be a brand new website, and you're not doing any advertising, so you don't have to sort of focus on it at the moment. But to be quite honest, you can actually make all your service pages landing pages, essentially, so that you give some people some call to action on it. Now, a little quick one, number 9 here, is keeping it quiet. Now, this web page here is a good example. So when I say keep it quiet, a lot of websites, sorry, I shouldn't say a lot of websites, quite a few websites have video nowadays on them. Now, video is great, but a lot of people muck it up. And the reason they muck it up is they play the video and they don't have the sound off. So the video starts playing, you're sitting here at night at 10 o'clock, my wife's asleep, for example, and I'm going through some websites, and, I'm wanting to find, for example, and I'll show you an example just in a sec. I'm looking through something, and then I click on a website, and then out of nowhere, bang, the music starts and there's a video playing, and it's like, whoa, what the hell's that? And it gives you a fright, and that in turn, pees you off, gets you angry, like, what the hell was that? So it's important that if you play any music, video, or even if your buttons, probably shouldn't do it, but make noises or anything when you interact with them, don't do that without the user first giving their permission for that. Perfect example here. Let's look at ClickFunnels. They've got this video running here. It's playing, but there's no sound. You can see here they've got a little button showing me, oh, okay, do you want the sound? Click on that. If I click on it, it doesn't do anything. Oh no, there we go. Sorry, I tell a lie. So
There's just been so many tools out there. Very few have been aggregated to do everything you need to do to create.
Give it a refresh. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So it's important that the video doesn't play as soon as the page loads. That's quite frustrating. Now, if I show you an example of one I was researching before, quite a big company here in New Zealand, Les Mills, yes, gym. Now look at this. I was looking at their website before. Beautiful website, really nice website. Okay, free July. Oh yeah, it's nice and quiet. On my wife's just. Oh.
You are the finish line.
Whoa, you probably heard that through my microphone. Extremely loud, and it just played automatically. Don't do it. Don't let, sure, it gets my attention, but a lot of people, from what I've heard, what I've studied, they say, and I know myself, I don't want a video that starts playing randomly in the middle of the night, or 10 o'clock at night, wife's gone to bed, and then all of a sudden, because my office is right next to our room here, bang, some music starts playing, and it gives me a fright, possibly wakes her up. You've got to really be aware of that sort of stuff. People aren't there for you to just start playing things randomly. Sure, if they're in front of a TV, they expect it, but not when they're in front of a computer on their website. So just keep things quiet. Just a basic thing, but as video grows online, as more people do video online, it's important that you're aware of that. And finally, guys, I sort of touched on it in a point just a while back, but getting some testimonials. It's a really, really important thing that you get testimonials on your website. Now, accompanying testimonials is also portfolio. So if you deal with people, you're going to do testimonials in most cases. If you're dealing with a physical item, a product, or a high-ticket item, for example, say you're an architect, or you're a car dealer, or I'm just trying to think some random things off the top of my head. You might do pools even. You might fit pools. You might sell spas. You've got to make sure that you give people third-party content or reference to what you've done in the past. So whether that's a testimonial, whether that's a video testimonial, whether that's a video of the product you installed for someone, whether it's just some photos or some gallery images, some before and afters, it's important that you show people what you can take something from and get it to. So, you might be a personal trainer and you had someone who was obese, really overweight, and you helped them lose a lot of weight over a short period of time. You might solely have a testimonial, a video testimonial, or some text from that customer raving about how you helped them lose weight, or you might have a video of that person saying how they helped you help them lose weight. Or furthermore, you might have a before and after image. Before and afters can be so powerful because you're seeing something before it was where it is at now, if you know what I mean. So you might have someone who's super successful, and you go, oh, wow, they're so lucky. But they might have, if you saw them where they started, right at the bottom, that's a much more gives you much better gauge on how they've transformed over just seeing the end result. So if you're renovating houses, show the bathroom beforehand. It might be stained and dirty and very old school 70s bathroom. You might have modernized it to today's standard. Put that before and after photo in there. If you've got a video, that's even better. Show people the transformation. Just did a website for a client who puts together kit set sheds. And he had a video showing pretty much nothing, showing him building the whole shed in a time lapse right to when it was finished. That's cool. That's engaging content. It shows before and after. You're nothing there to a beautiful shed. So, do the same thing. Get a testimonial. It might just be someone talking and backing up your product or service, or it might be a video, a time lapse, before and after, whatever it might be. But yeah, if you're dealing with people day to day, let's say you're a lawyer, you probably won't have photos of your clients. It's not really obviously smart for a lawyer to do that, but you get what I'm saying. You're just going to have a testimonial if you're a lawyer, or if you're an accountant, you can have testimonials. John's a fantastic accountant. He helped me save 10 grand worth in tax. If you're a architect, you might have a testimonial still, but you might just solely have, the houses you've designed, the end results, so people can go, okay, at the end of the day, if I'm wanting to design a new house, sure, same with you. If you're wanting to design a new house, you're more fussed about what the actual designer's current sort of houses he's designed are looking like, more so than whether his customers rave about him or not. Because at the end of the day, he could be the nicest and most professional and affordable architect, but if he designs these wacky weird houses that you don't like, then you're not going to do business. So I hope that makes sense, team. I hope you found that valuable. So those were 10 things that you can try. Now let's just run over them again quickly. I suggest you rewatch the video. So make it mobile friendly, speed it up, make sure it runs fast, make sure you've got good hosting. Don't try and skimp out on costs and have cheap hosting. Formulate the right page titles and improve your meta titles is very important. Make sure you've got good imagery, get a photographer. Make sure your navigation is simple and easy to read. Remember that website we looked at where the banner obscured a lot of the menu? Make sure you've got call to actions. Tell people what they need to do. Call me now, buy now, book a free demo, book a strategy session, whatever it might be. Give people landing pages. If you're doing good digital marketing, make sure you've got landing pages for all your campaigns. Make sure you keep things quiet. Don't play audio through your web page. Don't shock people, basically, to put it. And make sure you get testimonials and references for what you do. So good photos, before and afters, video. The fundamental thing is that video is a big thing nowadays. We're not restricted by our internet connections being too slow for video. So if you can make good video content, most people don't have the time or the drive to set up video. So if you can do video and implement it into your current web page alongside conventional text and images, obviously, then you're going to get more engagement from people. I bet you that probably none or very, very few of your competition have video testimonials. That's a very powerful thing to do. Just ask them, hey, Jane Doe, can you do a testimonial, please? And talk about my service and how it helped you and how it benefited you, so I can chuck it on my website. Hey, you might only get 2 in 10 of your customers willing to do that, but just get them to do it. And sure, they might not be professional high-end video, but if you get them to take a little selfie video, and it's natural and it looks like it's not planned and scripted, it's going to be just as engaging, because, while you might think, it's got to look professional and it's got to have, the right setting and everything, it actually doesn't. It can be just as convincing a more natural, unscripted testimonial video than having a full-blown, professionally produced one that's going to cost you a lot of money as well. So those are the things I really want you to look at. Now, what I want you to do is, you should have identified hopefully even just one thing in this video that was beneficial that you can implement. Now, you might be thinking, Matt, far out, I got all these things I'm doing wrong. Well, hey, that's fine. You're aware of them now. That's good. What I want you to do is write out a basic action plan. Don't go into too much detail, but just jot some notes down if you haven't already. And what I want you to do is, each week, or even each day if you can, better yet, each week, try and tick one of those things off. If this week your meta titles, you want to do those, get those done. Go to my podcast, mattreed.co.nz. Listen to my podcast. I've got lots of podcasts on actually going into these little things in more detail, like writing meta titles. And listen to those, and it'll give you some ideas, or rewatch this video. But put things in place that are going to benefit and grow your website. Don't try and do it all today and get overwhelmed, because then you probably won't do anything. Just put a little plan in place. Okay, this week I'm doing meta titles. Next week I'm going to go and get a photographer to take some better photos, so on and so forth. Anyway, what I'll invite you to do, team, is if you are interested in learning more about the web and sort of how to improve and get more out of your website, and you like reading, I don't have an audiobook yet for it, but I might do by the time you're watching this, is I want you to buy my book. Now, actually, in this offer, you don't even have to buy my book. I simply want you to just pay for shipping, obviously, because that costs me a bit. But pay for shipping, and I'm going to send you a copy of my book, Unraveling the Web, obviously, the ultimate guide to online business success. So this book here is a great read. I've had some great feedback from it. It's only been released just recently, but it's going to go and show you in more detail all the things you can look at, including a bit more detail in terms of SEO, and also some good information on why websites fail. And that can also be a good thing to read through as the first chapters, why websites fail, and it will sort of show you things that you might be doing that are giving you sort of poor results. And I also go through some real good tools you can use in here. So I've got some great tools that you can use to help improve your website, because there's lots of tools online out there that you can use that are free as well to improve your website. And pretty much every tool in here actually has a free version available if it's not fully free already. So I'd encourage you to buy the book. I've got limited stock of it available, but buy the book. I'll actually give it to you for free, as I said. Just pay for the shipping and I'll flick one out to you ASAP. So you can order one online now. And yeah, check out the podcast, subscribe to my newsletter, join my YouTube channel, and get some good free content, because at the end of the day, the web is where people are looking for your service. And if you're not online and if you're not doing it right, you're going to be obscure. People aren't going to find you, and you're going to ultimately miss out to the competition that are actually engaging in good content like this, that are studying, that are working on building their business. If your website's not selling, if your business isn't selling, you don't have a business, you're going to be out of business. So you've got to make sure your website's selling for you. Sure, you can have all the best salespeople in the world and spend thousands of dollars paying them every week to sell for you. Or you can also have a good website that does it for you 24/7, doesn't need a raise, doesn't need sick leave, doesn't need annual leave, doesn't complain, doesn't have bad and good days. You can have a website that does a lot of that for you and do a lot of things without spending a lot of money, if any at all. Anyway, that's Matt Reed. I'll talk to you and I'll hear from you soon. Cheers.